Hello dear students, in previous class we have solved the problems from exercise 1.3. Today we will start a new topic, that is surds. Okay, before going to the main topic, that is surds, let's first see something, that is root 2, root 3, root 5. This type of numbers are irrational number that you have already learned. Okay, these numbers are irrational number. Okay, because this is square root of 2, square root of 3 and square root of 5. Okay. So we can't get a perfect square root number of 2. Okay. That I have already explained. Okay. So 2 can't be written in the power of some rational number. Okay. That's why this is irrational. Okay. Same like here, which is cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 5. Okay, we can't get the exact cube root of 2. Perfect cube root of 2, perfect cube root of 3, perfect cube root of 5. Okay, because 2 can't be written in the power of some number, that is 3. Okay, third power of some number. That's why these are also irrational number. Okay, now see this. If you write that square root of 4, okay, square root of 4 can't be, here square root means here it is 2. If it is not written, that you have to assume that there will be 2. Okay, now this is not an irrational number. Why? Because 4 can be written in the power of some rational number as 2. See this, 4 is equals to 2 to the power 2. Okay, so 4 is written in the power of 2 of a number. So this is equals to 2. Okay, so this is a rational number, not irrational number. But 2 can't be written. 2 equals to, you can't written some power will be 2 and here will be some number. You can't write this one. Okay, this is not possible. That's why these are irrational numbers and these are also irrational numbers. This type of numbers are known as surds. Okay, so let me tell the definition. What is the definition of surd? Suppose A is any positive number. Suppose A is a positive number. Okay, and n is greater than 1. Always n will be greater than 1. Okay, because root is starting from square root. That is, here it is 2. Okay, then 3, 4, 5, 6, you can say that. But first root, this is square root, cube root. Okay, one root is not valid. Okay, so here always it will be started from 2. That's why it is told that n is greater than 1 is a positive integer, and it will be always positive integer. Maybe 2, 3, cube root, then 3, fourth root, then 4, then fifth root, then 5. Okay, integer. And if A can't be written as the nth power, A can't be written as the nth power of any rational number. There will not exist any rational number that A will be equal to nth power of that rational number. That is not possible. Then nth root of A is called a surd of order n. Okay, it means this will be called a surd of order n. Here, if here it is 2, then this is the surd of order 2. If there is 3, then this is the surd of order 3. Okay, so this A can't be written as the nth power of any rational number. So that's why this is known as surd. Or you can't get the perfect root of that one. Maybe nth root, here it is nth root. You can't get the perfect nth root of A. That's why this is known as surds. Okay. Or in other language, you can say that what will be the characteristics to be surd. Okay. Nth root of A is a surd if A is a positive number. A always should be a positive number. So it may be natural number, whole number, but positive integer, not positive negative integer. It is not possible that a will be negative. It is always positive. So it will be positive integer and positive rational number. Okay. So a is a positive number. Clear? Maybe natural, maybe whole, maybe integer, maybe rational number. But it will be positive. And n, this root always will be greater than 1 and positive integer. It will be a positive integer. It means it may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. And nth root of a is not a rational number. If it is rational number, then it will not be a third. It means, suppose I have told that square root of 4 is 2 and 2 is rational number. So square root of 4 is not a third. Okay. And one important point is, you can from this theories and this concept you can conclude that all the thirds are irrational numbers. If it is rational, then it is not third. But all the these are all irrational, these are irrational. So all these irrational numbers are third. Okay? Or you can say that all the thirds are irrational numbers. All the thirds are irrational numbers. Clear? Laws of thirds. These are the laws. Three laws are given. Nth root of a to the power n equals to a. Nth root of a into nth root of b equals to nth root of ab, and nth root of a upon nth root of b is equals to nth root of a upon b. Now verify that is true or not. Okay, first law. Take the left hand side only. Nth root of a to the power n. You have to show that is equals to a. Okay. So nth root of a, that can be written as a to the power 1 upon n, and here to the power n. So this is equals to power to the power. So powers are multiplied. In class 8 we have learned that a to the power 1 upon n multiplied by n. So this is a to the power 1 means a. So right hand side, that is proved. Okay. Now second property. So this is first one. Now come to the second property. Second law, it is given that nth root of a into nth root of b. Nth root of a into nth root of b. So that is equals to a to the power 1 upon n into b to the power 1 upon n. See this. Now the powers are same. So we can write together. So you can write that ab whole to the power n. Then this power will be distributed. If you take this step, reverse step, then 1 upon n will come to this power of a, and 1 upon n will come here to the power of b. Okay. 1 upon n to the power 1 upon n means you can say that nth root of ab. Okay. Here nth root of a means a to the power 1 upon n, or a to the power 1 upon n means nth root of a. So ab to the power 1 upon n means nth root of ab. That is right hand side. Okay. Now third property. That is third law. Okay. Third law, it is given that nth root of a, nth root of b, that is equals to a to the power 1 upon n and b to the power 1 upon n. And this is equals to, see this, powers are same, so we can write together, that is a upon b whole to the power 1 upon n. And power 1 upon n means nth root of a upon b. So this is verified. Okay, clear? Now next, some facts about rational numbers. Sorry, some facts about thirds. Okay, some facts about surds. First of all, okay, we can't suppose root 5 plus root 3, that is given. This is not equals to root 5 plus 3. Okay, if under root 5 is there, under root 3 is there, this can't be added together. Okay, these two are not equal, so we can't add them. Okay, second fact, root 3 plus root 3. Here under root 3 and under root, this is not equals to 3 plus 3. Okay, but this is equals to what? Under root 3 plus under root 3 equals to 2 times root 3. Sorry, 2 times root 3. This is under root 3. This is also under root 3. So if you add them, this will be 2 root 3. Okay. Third fact. Suppose root 5 plus 3 multiplied by root 5 minus root 3. Okay. That in this case, see this. This is suppose A and this is B. This is A and this is B. So A plus B into A minus B form. A plus B into A minus B means A square minus B square formula. So under root 5 square minus under root 3 square. So 5 minus 3, that is equals to 2. Okay. Okay, and more facts. Square root of a square, that will be equals to a. Okay, and under root ab is equals to under root a multiplied by under root b. Okay, the roots are distributed under multiplication. Okay, and a upon b under root is equals to under root a upon under root b. Root is distributed under division also. Okay, so we can say that. Okay. Now fifth property. Again, a plus b into a minus, that was a specific form. This is a general form. Okay, so a square minus under root b square. So that will be a minus a square minus b. Okay, some more forms. Under root a plus under root b whole square. That will be equals to, this is a plus b whole square formula. So a square plus 2 into under root a into under root b plus under root b square. Okay, so this is equals to a plus 2 under root a under root b, means you can write together, that is under root ab, because I told you that root is distributive under multiplication. So plus b, so you can write like this. Okay, and more facts, that is suppose under root a plus under root b into under root c plus under root d. So that will be equals to, by under root a you will multiply this two, then under root b multiply this two. So by under root a it will be under root ac plus under root ad plus, by now multiply by under root b. So it will be under root bc plus under root bd. Okay. And some more facts. This is the important fact. Suppose a plus b root p is equals to c plus b root p. Okay. If the third portion, that is the square root portion, under root, if this is same in left hand side and right hand side, then we can compare both sides. In this case, A will be equals to C and B will be equals to D. Okay, keep in mind, when the third portion are equal in both hand side and no more surds are there, then we can compare that. Okay, coefficient of the surd and the constant can be compared, and A will be equals to C and B will be equals to D. Okay, and more facts. Suppose under root A and under root B, these two are surds. Then under root A is less than under root B if A is less than B. Understood? These two are surds. Under root A will be less than under root B if A is less than B. Okay? And or you can say under root A is greater than under root B when A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then under root A is greater than under root B. If A is less than B, then under root A is less than under root B. Okay? Another fact. Another fact. Suppose under root A is greater than B. Then we can take the square on both hand sides. So you can say that A is greater than B square. Okay. If you take the square on both hand sides, inequality will remain 10. Okay. Or you can do the vice versa also. If A is greater than B square, implies that under root A is greater than B. Just previous case. Okay. So these are the facts about surds and these are the concepts. Okay. Very simple topic. So you can, by using this concept, you have to solve the problems from exercise 1.4. In next class, we will solve the problems from 1.4, and this is all about the concept of surd. Read the portion very carefully from the book and listen the lecture properly. If you have any problem, you can ask me in next class. Okay, thank you.